Into another day of our daily Devos in the Psalms. Pastor Rick here. We are jumping straight into Psalm 140 with no dilly dally, and let's rock and roll. So, Psalm 140, titled A Prayer for Rescue. Verse 1. Rescue me, Lord, from evil men. Keep me safe from violent men. Man, it's just good to turn your heart and your attention towards the Lord and ask the Lord for his protection, because he's above it all. He's in control. Just like we learned from Psalm 139, just he's omniscient, he's omnipresent, he's omnipotent. Like, he's the one to rely on. So he's the one we should turn our attention to when we're feeling threatened, when we need help. So I just love that reminder. Let's keep me safe from violent men who plan evil in their hearts and stir up wars all day long. They make their tongues as sharp as snakes' bite. Viper's venom is under their lips. Protect me, Lord, from the power of the wicked. Keep me safe from violent men who plan to make me stumble. So again, here's like people that are actually specifically out for you. Hey, not just the general sense of people that are doing bad stuff. And so he's like, hey, keep me safe from those that are trying to make me stumble. The proud hide a trap with ropes for me. They spread a net along the path and set snares for me. So just recognizing, hey, we are in a battle. We have enemies, but also then going to Ephesians 6 and remembering that, hey, we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So not aiming ourselves, at the person, but kind of at the spiritual powers that are behind the actions of the people. Is, the enemy is always trying to divide and conquer, essentially. So trying to tear us apart, trying to bring division. And so if we recognize, God, protect me from their evil plans, and then praying for those people that are causing all that friction, that, hey, if it's something in you, that God would correct it in you, but if it's something that in them, that God would address it, and that he would really pull them to himself, right? Because when people are united back with God, then they stop doing the crazy stuff, right? So I say to the Lord, you are my God. Listen, Lord, to my cry for help. And I love this this introductory statement in the cry for help, because he starts out and he says, I say to the Lord, you are my God. So there's this big thing about relationship with God, and we're going to see it pop up here in a couple more verses. So just the importance of nurturing daily relationship with the Lord. Excuse me. Listen, Lord, to my cry for help. Lord, my strong Savior. So again, just these really personal references. And we'll actually just highlight that whole verse. You shield my head on the day of battle. Like, just talking straight to him, not saying he shields my head, but saying, Lord, my strong Savior, you shield my head on the day of battle. And almost just like a kind of a prophetic declaration of faith. Like, you do shield my head on the day of battle. Not even a question, but like, Lord, you do. And so really solidifying your own faith and confidence and strength in God in the midst of challenging times. Then, Lord, do not grant the desires of the wicked, and do not let them achieve their goals. Otherwise, they will become proud. When those who surround me rise up, may the trouble their lips cause overwhelm them. Let hot coals fall on them. Let them be thrown into the fire, into the abyss, never again to rise. Again, turning the keys of justice over to the Lord to say, God, these people are doing crazy things against me. And I pray that you would do your thing, God, that you would hold them accountable, that you would bring your wrath against them if that's what's necessary. Just thwart their plans so they're not successful. Do not let a slanderer stay in the land. Let evil relentlessly hunt down a violent man. And then I love verse 12. I know that the Lord upholds the just cause of the poor and justice for the needy. We serve a God that is drawn to the down and out, the downtrodden, the poor, the needy. And that's something very, very unique to the God of the Bible. Okay, most deities that are created by man are not particularly interested in the down and outers. So we have a God that associates himself with the alien and the widow and all of and the fatherless. And so surely the righteous, surely the righteous will praise your name, and the upright will live in your presence. Surely the righteous will praise your name, and the upright will live in your presence. So good. What a blessing to be able to live in his presence. And this, so obviously we should praise his name, but this upright will live in your presence. It's like sitting, standing, walking, all of those things done in the presence of God. And so that would be my big takeaway today from this psalm, is that I focus on living my life in the presence of God, Psalm 139 tells us that I can't go anywhere away from you. I can't hide from you. I can't get away from you. So now we shift our focus, and we've got all this personal reference to God. You are my God. You are my shield. You are, and now we see that the upright will live in your presence. And I think that they're super connected. You can't really be upright without living in his presence, because he's the one that fuels your ability to be upright. So just in every aspect of your life, reminding yourself who he is, reminding yourself that he's there, being aware, growing in an awareness of his presence, and then living as if you are in his presence. Again, kind of that fear of God thing where you're like, wow, he's here. I don't want to do anything stupid that would dishonor him, because he's here and he's watching. It's not like, oh, maybe he won't find out. No, he's right here. And so the upright will live in your presence. So just encourage you, challenge you today. Let's live in his presence today. Let's use those personal words when we're talking to God. You are my God. You are my help. You are my strength. You are my shelter. So that we realize he loves us. He formed you. It's just like we talked about once in Psalm 139. He formed you. He shaped you. He has made you wondrously and remarkably made, So hope you're encouraged today to live in God's presence every step of the way, whether you're sitting, whether you're standing, whether you're walking, any of those postures before the Lord. Let's live in his presence. So God bless you. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow.